Hmm. Ah. How does that even happen, bro? How does that even step, bro? You can hear me, you can hear the music. You can't see anything? It's it's literally fine on YouTube. Ugh. How? And why? The stream was shattered. Wait, hold on. Can hear you. You can hear the game. Can see the starting screen. Yeah, on YouTube it's working perfectly fine. Okay. Um. Uh. Um. Tomorrow. Yeah. It's Miyazaki booby traps. No. Not the booby traps. Canvas resolution. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. This, that, uh, that, uh, 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 yeah. Pepega Gaming in WTFF, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that checks out, yeah. Fuck me. Why is this happening? Ah! Guys, I swear I'm a for real streamer. Um, what if I do this? That's a black screen. Okay, I think. Okay, I'm gonna shut down the Twitch stream one last time. Okay, I think it's gonna work now. Yes, I am using OBS. A subscriber will look back. Ah, it works! Yeah. Fog, I told you. Now fix chat though. Oh, you guys don't see the YouTube chat in the chat? Shit. Okay, wait. I can fix that. I can fix that. Hold on. Hold. All right, YouTube, say something. Oh. Ah, there you go. Okay, it works. Hello from YouTube. There we go. Okay, everything works. Everything is good. I'll put these nuts like this, like that. Apply. Okay. Now we should be good. Now we can finally stop stalling. I wasn't stalling. I swear. Okay. I am returned. Okay. If any issue comes up, okay, I'm counting on you guys to let me know on the YouTube side or the Twitch side. But now we can finally start the super epic secret pre-DLC trailer reveal 1.0 insane hidden lore through of Elden Ring. This is a Dark Souls of Twitch streaming, yeah. Okay. Give me that. Full screen. That's a long title, yeah. Enable this. Okay, you let me know if the audio is too loud for the game or whatever. Alright. Ah, nice. First problem, I have an audio delay. Okay, let me try to fix that. Um, mm, um, okay. You changed the mic settings, something sounds a bit off. Wait, did I? Fuck. Oh, now I hear crackling. Do you guys hear the crackling from the game or is it just me? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I don't hear crackling. Wait, but do you, ah, it's actually just super low. Okay. What about now? Okay. You can hear the music. Okay, good, good. Quidnor is trolling. Got it. Oh, what did I do? New character or loading save? We're gonna do a new character. The character I already have is like some random place I was checking. Now there is crackling. Ah. Oops. It's gotta be the best, most epic stream ever made. Damn. Binaural ear grape. I'm sorry. What can you call it a stream if it doesn't have tech issues? Yeah, that's true. Let me try this. Okay, now you guys should not hear anything. But if I do this and I do... I don't hear that. Okay. Okay, do you guys hear the game now? Don't be sorry, be better. Okay, does it sound fine? Does it sound like doubled or anything by any chance? Hello? Also, is my mic better now? Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. We're good. All right. I had a dream last night that got the most bitch ass haircut. It was so bad. That's cool. Alright, you guys just let me know if the levels are fine and I will adjust them. Oh my god, we're gonna start? What? Oh, Thomas. Great video on America, by the way, loved it. Thank you, thank you. Great, glad you enjoyed it. I was relieved to wake up with your long flowing hair. Alright, what do we play with? Intelligencer. Damn. He's very intelligent, Jensen. That's crazy. Prisoner, samurai, prophet, astrologer, bandit, hero, warrior, vagabond. Intelligencer kinda have the drip. What is this track? This sounds... Now that you say that, it sounds like the... When an enemy is kind of aggroed onto you, but he doesn't know. Like he doesn't fully aggroed onto you yet, like the suspicious music. Big brain. Lorethrough needs to be pure wretch, naked. Oh, do we go naked? I mean, we could. Suspenseful. Yeah. Alright, fine. Let's go naked. Gonna be big, strong man. Epic. Gore. Gore man. That's right. That's so uncanny that the face doesn't change. Did you try to make Giga Chad? Chad is mature or young? Wretch, keepsake, golden seed. Whatever has the best lore. Maybe the... What if there is not enough stone sword keys out there in 1.0? Didn't you already make a Giga Chat? No. Never made a Giga Chat. Ever. The berries woes? Okay. Giga Chat is grey. Whoa. Is this Giga Chat grey? Alright, let's see. Head. Chest. Alright, arms. Okay, legs. Yeah. Does Gigachad has body hair? Let's say he has moderate amounts of body hair. Match with hair. Sure. Actually, just give me back. Muscular. Yeah. Okay, I need to make his head bigger, I think. Also, chat is hiding my character creation. Does Gigachat have a small head or a big head? Also, the... What the hell? Okay. It drags like the chest size with it too. Mm. Hmm. Let's go with big-ish. But not too big. There we go. Be a bit less on the legs. There we go. There we go. Alter face and hair. Face structure. Face template. Bone structure. Okay, what's the most GigaChat bone structure here? Is it this one? Or 6? No. Okay, it's probably number 1. Form emphasis. Whoa, that's XQC. What is going on? What does form emphasis mean? Parent age. Bro, I have no idea what those settings are supposed to do. Facial aesthetic. Masculine. Yeah. And hair. What's Gigachad's haircut again? Is it? Sucks out your eyes. Gigachad isn't bald, is he? Is Gigachad... Hold on, man. I don't even remember what he looks like. Gigashado. Hold on, man. Alright, sleeked back. May nachos take the world. Yeah, hello. Hair is probably 5. More like... There is no simple slicked back hair in this game. Is this the closest thing? Not exactly that. I think it's the closest we have. Alright, let's go with that. Hair. It's black? Yeah. Luster. Very lustrous hair. There's no white hair. Alright. Eyebrows. Okay, very sharp eyebrows. 8, maybe? 14. What's wrong with this face structure right now? Let's go with 14 and we're gonna fix his eyebrows. Brow color, luster, yeah. Beard. Maybe a bit denser, but seems about right. Oh, this is... Okay, maybe 4 for the beard. Can barely see 2. Or is that too much? What's this? What the fuck does that even change? Okay. Let's go with 4. Eyelashes. GigaChat probably has like luscious eyelashes, right? Probably. Yeah, exactly. Just enough beard. Eyes. Okay, let's focus on the skin feature. Yeah. A very nice skin. Not too much pores, dark circles, not too much. Cosmetic, tattoo, eye mark, face structure. Okay. Okay, facial balance. What the fuck does that mean? Nose size. What's wrong with me? Nose forehead ratio. I think this is better. Gigachat. Face protrusion, concave, convex. Oh god, oh Jesus. I don't even know what's the right value for this set in. Probably like this. We look at a 45-degree angle. Any look maxers in chat? Help us understand GigaChat. Facial feature slant. Okay. Let's just go straight for the jaw. Ah, yes. Ah, yeah. Yes. What is that? What is lower jaw? Okay. What a man! Why does he look so weird? The concave face or whatever we did earlier. This looks wrong. It can't be. Chin? It seems fine. In length. Bit more. Protrusion. Because mostly just don't get character creation. What the fuck is chin protrusion? Or chin tip position, okay? Or facial balance slighted slant 4. Okay, I don't understand that. I'm a video game look maxer. I always spend hours on my character. Hey man, I'm trying, okay? Starts by putting all the sliders in the middle. Nuh-uh. chin size. Has to be big, right? Big is better. Chin height. This Giga Chin Man. Chin width. Yeah. And now we're talking. It looks kind of like... So it's dream. It's dream Giga Chat. Okay, what's wrong with me? uh okay. It's Crimson Chin. JH, hello. Thank you for the follow. I swear we're gonna start the game any moment, I swear. Fuck. Just a bit like that, you know? What is Joe Contour? That's the sharp chin. Okay, did the game just lag? The game just lagged. From Joe contouring. You know you won't be able to fit a helmet with that thing. We don't need a helmet. Yeah. Lore is stored in the chin. That's a commonly known thing. Like, I'm not sure if I make it like wider like this or like just sharper, you know, like it's a very pointy chin. Oh shit. Okay, what if we go back to facial balance? Let's leave that here. Okay, I think face protrusion might have... God. Chin as a pickaxe. Okay, what did this do again? The game is literally lagging when I'm changing the sliders. That's not a good sign. He's angry. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what to do here. Let's give him some cheeks. cheekbone depth. Width. Yeah. It's too much for 1.0 to handle. From goofy to seductive. Just cheeks. I'm starting to get handsome Squidward vibes. It means we're getting close, right? Getting somewhere? When the lore is sus. That seems right to me. Lip shape. Some nice voluptuous lips. Shouldn't be too smiley. You know? Giga Chad is too cool to smile all the time. Lips fullness. Yeah. Lip size. Going on. Sorry. Lip protrusion. Okay. Thickness. Why is there 20 settings for lip thickness? Yeah, thick lips. Yeah. Okay, seems good to me. Okay, mouth. Mouth is different from lips. Okay. Should be good. Is mouth slant? What are these settings? Okay, maybe this seems to be right. Occlusion. Oh my god, is the chip coming out even more? Oh my god. I think we need some occlusion for sure. Mouth position. Sneak it here, man. Okay. Very cute little mouth. Mouth chin distance. Okay, that's handsome Squidward. Yeah, we're gonna lower it just a bit like that. Yeah. Moon emoji. He's literally Moon Man. That's crazy. Hey man, I'm trying. Okay. Okay, I think I'm keeping the sharp chin. Need some. Yeah, some nice aggressive eyebrows, you know? Like. Yeah, like this. Forehead. Gib, gib, glabella? Okay. Forehead protrusion. Is more Giga Chad or less Giga Chad? I'm not sure. Nose bridge height. Yeah, okay. Jesus, what am I making? Gig is sad. He's not sad, he's slightly perplexed and amused by some random ass lore theory or something. Like, yeah. Yeah. Glabella is the name. I think we're good, man. I think we have something here. You know, maybe just like bring back some of that, that smirk. You know what I mean? Oh. Look at him. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Back. I love how the actual class setup just adds a club when you actually equip your stuff. Nice. All right, finally.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
The Elden Ring was shattered.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Where is she?
Soon,
Gotta make Crimson Chin for next playthrough. True.
Demigods all claimed the shards of the Elden Ring.
Oh my god, is that Radahn fighting Morgoth?
The mad taint of their
It's him! It's here!
strength
It's Mikkelite DLC! The DLC!
triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war
Intro makes it seem like
leading
this,
to
all these events happened
abandonment.
back to back, kind of, yeah.
by the greater will.
Abandonment.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live.
By the way,
call
if
of
you look at the
long-lost
coffins
grace speaks
in
to
this
us all.
in this shot where like they are resurrecting the tarnished, if you look at the top of the coffins, the pattern on top of them is very similar to like the pattern on the Eternal City chairs where the giants are sitting.
Chieftain of the Badlands,
That's another like
ever
America Eternal City connection that I didn't wanna add because I didn't want to put a lot of like small details in it.
the loathsome dung eater, and Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing.
Damn, they really like buried him with a bunch of ears and eyes. I wonder, out of these people, who could have been one of the original Tarnished? I feel like probably none of them. I mean, besides Horalu.
And one other, whom grace would again bless.
Oh my god, is Giga Chad.
A tarnished of no renown.
Whoa, where is this?
Cross the fog to the lands between,
Oh my god.
to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Is him? Elden Lordin. Ooh. Yeah, I think we did an alright job. It's not Giga Chad himself, but you know, it's Giga Loreman. Sigma Lore. Yeah, it's Sigma Lore. He's a scholar, you know? He's like one of those scholars from like Greek antiquity, you know? Do a lore on the statue behind you. Alright guys, I'm gonna lore this statue right here. Are you ready? I'm gonna lore it. This statue shows a woman, allegedly, female figure. Seems to be giving blessing or pardoning or, you know, blessing someone from above. Like she would tap his head or put her hand above his head, maybe reciting a prayer. And you spawn just here in the Chapel of Anticipation. So maybe this is Marika. This is Marika just like summoning the Tarnished from the ground. You know, she can do that. That's lore. And telling them, go, become Elden Lord. I kinda like some of the 1.0 intro more. Wait, there's any difference in the 1.0 intro? I don't think there is any difference. She's a necromancer, yeah. Hello, Jarhead. Yeah, that's right. This is Sigma Lore. Sigma Lore is a scholar. He has long scoured the depths of history for knowledge. And now he comes to the lands between to extract that knowledge himself through the might of his brain and brawn. Oh, she could be dripping the sap. Yeah. I mean, there is like straight up the statues of the like same female figure, like giving the blessing from a jar, which is probably Marika too. Oh my god, the FPS is so bad, by the way. Holy shit. We didn't even leave yet. Oh god, this game looks so bad on PS5. It's crazy. Alright, let's start reading some lore. A club. Thick solid slab of wood used. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be reading every single item, and we're gonna try to grab every single item. Okay? Some of the most interesting lore in this game is unironically in the most like random ass mundane items. I'm not even joking. I'm thinking about like the golden poop, the land octopus ovaries, stuff like that. Root resin. So we're gonna make sure to read everything. The thick solid slab of wood used as bludgeon, wielding strike weapon, blah blah blah. A simple primitive weapon that requires only brute strength and persistence to hammer your foe into the ground. A skill used by the bravest barbarian warriors. Shout to boost your attack power while active heavy attack becomes uniquely repeated attacks. Oh, turtleneck too, yeah. Grace. A phantom vision of the first Grace which once guided Tarnish to the lands between. Lose all wounds and return to the life of Grace at which you rested. It all repeats. Behold the Elden Ring, become Elden Lord. It's interesting that they have... I don't know if this is in the... You know, I probably should have the normal text open here on the side. You know, just so we don't have to question every 2 seconds if it's actually 1.0 lore or not. You know? It does look like the reflection of a golden light on the water. I mean, the way I see it, it probably is a vision of like the reflection of the Erdtree, like far, far to the horizon on the sea. Is what this vision would be, like this vision of grace. Yeah, there you go. I'm just readying up the normal game item descriptions so I can look them up directly. There we go. Done. And now edit, find memory. Will it work? There. I can't even find... Is it not even called Memory of Grace? There's no way. Oh, it's probably in good. Yeah. Alright, so it still have the cycle thing in the release one. It says it's merely a cycle rather than it all repeats. Thank you, by the way. I was still setting up my entry chat. All the soldiers and commoners are zombies decrepit because of the endless stream of Tarnish killing them over and over. Maybe. Is this the second time the Tarnished are called to the lands between? No. It's pretty explicitly the first time it happened. Nothing like this has ever happened before, but... I mean, at least as far as the history of the Golden Order is concerned. Still interesting that it talks about a cycle. Personally, what I think it could be referring to is the cycle of orders, of ages. The way I see it is there is a sort of like cycling of different orders and different gods / vessels of the Elden Ring who enact their own order. How like the current Empyreans are meant to succeed Marika. How the Tarnished are now chosen to come and get the Elden Ring for themselves. So you get this reigning god who establishes his order. Then at some point something happens, whatever that is. The fingers are not happy with that anymore. They forsake them, which is what happened with the demigods currently. They were forsaken by the greater will, and the Tarnished were the one who were being like chosen now, blessed. They have the blessings of the finger to become like the next rulers, I guess. So I think it probably refers to that cycle. In my Glowmite Queen theory, I theorized that she was the previous god. She was abandoned by the Greater Will. Marika was chosen to succeed her, and Marika took the Elden Ring for himself and established her own order. Now the demigods were forsaken, and the Tarnished were called back to succeed them and take the Elden Ring. Godfrey is called back for the second time, I think. No. There is no reference to Godfrey being called back a second time. I don't know if you're thinking about his dialogue where he says, I will be granted audience once more in his boss fight about like Marika. That's just a reference to the fact that he was Elden Lord previously and now he's back to become Elden Lord again. Oh, stone sword key. A sword-shaped stone key can be used to open doors by breaking the seal seen on the gargoyle statues within the underground labyrinth. Within the underground labyrinth can be used to open doors by breaking the seal seen on gargoyle statues within the underground labyrinth? What the hell is the underground labyrinth? Huh. That's not a thing. That's a Bloodborne thing, the underground labyrinth. That's the Chalice dungeons. Okay. Maybe it's just referencing the various things that are underground in the lands between? Maybe? The tunnels and stuff? On the cycle of difference order, do you think each two fingers are pros or a different order? One of Marika's order, one for Michaela's, one for Rani's? I would assume so, since they were chosen each by their own two fingers, and they would be at the end of the day rivals. I think the fingers just each select a viable candidate, and then whichever one of them actually like prevails, they will all like get behind, basically. It's not like one of the two fingers is going to be opposed to a different candidate once that candidate succeeds, is the way I see it. All they're concerned with is putting in place a suitable vessel of the Elden Ring, I think. Tunnels or catacombs, yeah. We read that, we read this, we read those. Alright, we're good. Tarnished Wizened Finger. Item for online play. Can also use message menu to write a message. A finger of corpse wax. A finger of corpse wax. So emaciated, the bone is visible. Oh, that's true. The bone is visible. It is a relic of those who came before, left to help those who would come after. Okay. So yeah, you're right that there wasn't music. Huh, now there is no music. Inside there is just some basic ass Stormveil soundtrack. Yeah, that's just the Stormveil soundtrack. Here, I think I don't even have the binoculars yet. We have to buy them from Kali. If he sells them in 1.0, I have no idea. Seems to be a woman in the middle with a jar. It's probably like bestowing blessings, I would assume. Seems to be mostly feminine figures. I have long awaited the 1.0 Lorethrough. Yep. Honestly, it's been a long time coming. I wonder if we compare that. Sadly, on PS5 we won't have like free camera. I wonder if we compare that to the Steelies, to one of the reliefs in the Ancient Dynasty, like Obelisk. Kinda looks like that. It's probably not the same at all, but curious what happens if you compare them. Chapel of Anticipation without music is a much better vibe. Oh yeah, definitely, I agree. Stormvale, the Erdtree. Yeah. The FPS is so bad, by the way, despite the game looking so awful. We're hanging in Chapel of Anticipation until Shadow of the Erdtree trailer tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, we could. Yeah, that's kind of the pace of these. The pace of these Lorethroughs. Alright, there we have like Erdtree, Bishop, Priest, Man. There is a super secret item. There is a Glowmite Queen Ash here, somewhere in this bush. No? Okay. It seems to be like Stormvale architecture. We have this mysterious, very handsome epic man with his like sword and his drippy hood. Kinda reminds me of the Nox drip. They can be found in mostly like ancient-ish places. Mostly around the Divine Towers, the old like black stone bridges of the lands between, stuff like that. And you can find actually some of this statue exactly in Noxtella. So who knows if it actually means something about the connection to the Eternal Cities, or if it's just from software reusing assets. Then we have a female figure bestowing blessing. Just America, probably. Is there any Nox iconography at the Chapel of Anticipation? As I mentioned, the only thing that would come to mind would be this guy, which you can find in a lot of Nox related places. Like you can find one, like a couple in Noxtella, next to the elevator that gets you to where you talk to Rani. You can find him behind the church of whatever the fuck it's called that I talked about in my last video. The Church of Forgive Me, please. The Church of Forgive Me. Fuck. The one with the Nox ritual. Absolution. Church of... Is it Church of Absolution? Yeah, you can find a bunch of them like lined up behind the Nox Priestess statue. And you can also find them inside the walk-in mausoleums. Hello, DLCI. They have the same face model as Radagon. Really? We can try to compare. Church of Vows. Thank you. Thank you. So you can find them inside the walk-in mausoleums and behind the Nox statue in the Church of Vows and in Noxtella. But these guys are a bit everywhere. Like any kind of important ancient place, you can find them. So I'm not sure how relevant it is. We have the lion there. Classic. This is Stormvale stuff, like this lion relief and this pillar like this above my head. That's all Stormvale stuff. Oh, what the hell? You can... Wait, you can't stay long enough in the Chapel of Anticipation for it to be morning? No way. Okay, that never happened. There you go. Do you think the walk-in mausoleums are ancient or relatively new? Do you think they were built in reaction to Night of the Black Knives or in reaction to Chatter in War? I would say probably to the Night of the Black Knives. I mean, it seems to be like literally their only purpose. So, but I don't see any reason why they would be much more ancient than that. I did not know that. Crazy. Yeah, I know. Crazy. All right, let's not die. Let's win. Sigma lore does not die. Oh my god, this shit looks disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of you people who play on PS5. My bad. But just try to take a closer look at these flowers because I genuinely think these flowers are like super important. Necropolis, hello. Thank you. Thank you for coming over to Twitch and leaving a follow. Appreciate it. I was like looking over these flowers. Yeah. Can barely tell anything about them. Ugh. With these graphics. Is this the area where all the tarnished bodies are in the opening cinematic? No, 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 no. No, definitely not. That should be outside the lands between. Oh, I'm still live, by the way, right? Had a small lag spike. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I wanted to take a look at these flowers because I find them like really interesting. They're important. I'm gonna touch on them like in a later video. They have like this gold metallic aspect to them, and they only grow in areas with like a really like strong connection to grace, either like around like minor earth trees, the Erdtree itself, illusory trees, churches, stuff like that. No, it's definitely here. The architecture lines up perfectly. I I don't think so. Okay, are you sure the American statue is the same and the floor looks the same? You know what? We can compare right now. Let's see. Let's see. Where is the art book? The issue with that is we're gonna compare and see anyways, but the issue with that is that the Chinese are explicitly from outside the lands between, and they lived and died outside the lands between. Alright, let's see. Here I have the art book. Can I show you guys the art book? Can I do maybe display capture? Alright. You're wrong, Cosmos. Yeah. There is similar blue flower around, but it's not the same flower. There is a blue glowy flower, but it's not the same. We can compare them later if you want. Alright, so we have this Marika statue, which is a pretty fairly standard Marika statue. It's not exactly the same as the one in game. I mean, it's not the same, but let's ignore that for now. Let's say it's the same statue. It's the, you know. Yeah, it's really not the same. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, but it's really not the same. The statue on this scene is this is a stake of America. Like this statue of America here, like the big one, is basically a stake of America statue. It's not the same statue as this one, aka like her classic pose with like the weird like cloth behind her, etc. It's not exactly the same pose. I'm gonna show you later if we find the stake of America. This is a stake of America statue. But even if we put that aside, this seems to be like some sort of like enclosed space. There is some like normal ass cobblestone. There is a bunch of tombstones around. And they are pretty distinct tombstones. If we ever find any tombstones like this, it would be very, very recognizable. This is the pattern I told you that is on top of the tombstones. It kind of looks like the pattern on the back of the chair of the the giant skeleton of the eternal cities. It's indoors. There would be incense burners. I don't see anywhere in the ground the reliefs. There is like a pool, fountain, circle thing, a bunch of candles. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can match that to anything here. Yeah, it's not even the same square cobblestone. Yeah, no. How am I dead already? That's bullshit! Not my fault, the game freezed. Alright? It almost looks like it's undergone a different channel. Kind of. I have this big Erdtree symbol here. I don't want to die to this guy yet. I want to take a look around. This is like they're like crucible incantations sigil in the middle of the ground. Oh, I'm dead. God damn it. Well, we'll have to come back later to the church here to look a bit better. We also have the binoculars. There was a... You see that? There was an area title reveal text for a second there. Oh, nice ass though. Is that pattern encircling the crucible symbol on the divine tower? No. That pattern can be found in mostly like Lanedale and Farum Azula, I think.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all.
Actually, there was two patterns. Depend which one you were talking about. Like the weird, more intricate one that was big, or the
one of his kind
one that had
sure
like twirling leaves.
The Elden Ring.
You know, like kind of plant-like pattern, like vines and occasional
Even if it
leaves.
does violate the Golden Order.
But becoming Elden Lord violates the Golden Order. Why? Is it because a Tarnished is gonna become Elden Lord? Is it because to become Elden Lord you would have to burn the Erdtree? Elden has the worst mandatory boss. I still haven't killed it my first go yet. I guess it's easier on New Game Plus, but yeah, in a new game it's pretty hard. Radagon doesn't want us to become Elden Lord, and Radagon created the Golden Order. Sure. But Marika created the Golden Order. Not Radagon. Do we go through the tutorial? Radagon is Marika. True. But they are also two different personalities. So it's still, you know, relevant to distinguish between them when we talked about who decided what. Ah, we have these roots. The white roots. Yes. The red white roots. They are pretty actually nice here. I never realized. When did Radagon lock Marika up in the Erdtree, and when was the Golden Order created? Marika was locked up in the Erdtree after the Shattering. The Golden Order was created at the birth of the Erdtree, basically. The Golden Order, if you ask me, was basically created when Marika became the god and enacted her order. So she basically set up the Elden Ring to reflect whatever order she would have. She removed the Rune of Death. That started the Golden Order. She was already the vessel of the Elden Ring. She started the Erdtree. Laura's some Rick, Soldier of God. Oh. Alright, let's Rick, Soldier of God. Can you talk, bro? You can't talk. Okay. Ah. What is the difference between the Erdtree worship and the Golden Order? Well, the Erdtree worship is just a purely based faith religion. Like, it's straight up just a religious practice. The Erdtree worship is part of the Golden Order, but the Golden Order can signify a lot of things. The Golden Order is the current configuration of the Elden Ring. It's like the law enforced on the world at the moment. You know, the system put in place. While also referring to the, I guess, Empire of Marika. That could also be referred to as the Golden Order. And the religion itself could also be called the Golden Order. Erdtree worship is part of the Golden Order. Ah, I missed. There is the Erdtree seal that talks about all the faith, whereas the Golden Order seal seems like it's built on after the Golden Order. There is the Erdtree seal that talks about all faith, whereas the Golden Order seems like it's built on the... Okay, if you want to talk about that, the way I see it is that fate started... Was there shaking? Was there shaking? Okay, is it shaking in game? Am I crazy? Hold on. Yeah, here. Why is it shaking, huh? I never saw this before. It wasn't for recent systems. I got you though. Don't worry about it. Do you regular people in the landscape know about Elden Ring or just worship the Erdtree? I think most people just know the Erdtree. Honestly, I would have to check if like there is any reference about the Elden Ring from normal people. They might know. It doesn't seem like it would be super secret, but as far as I can tell, it's mostly people who are in the know that know. Not sure, like average noble or commoner. The hero's grave is right next to it. It's the chariot. That's what I was thinking, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I would have to check, honestly, if there is any like reference to the Elden Ring directly from any normal source, I guess. Non-tarnished, non-finger associated source. You think Elden... Yes! It will be! DLC trailer tomorrow, it's gonna be the spirit world, okay? It's gonna be like the Helfen. It's gonna be great. Okay, let me get back to your point, dash, dash, dash. I don't even know what to call your name. I'm gonna call it dash, dash, triple dash. Yeah. So, the fate of Marika. I talked about the Golden Orders. There's like 3 ways that Golden Order could refer to 3 things. It's the faith, which has the Marika as the sole god within it. It's the Empire of Marika, and it's the literal configuration of the Elden Ring, the law applied to reality. Like the rules and rhythm, I guess, of the world. The age of the Erdtree started with a full-on focus on the worship of the Erdtree, and like the blessings of the Erdtree were used to spread the faith. It's like all the faith of the people was in Marika and the Erdtree, and the Erdtree was like a tangible, visible symbol of that faith in that blessing, and they would get a bunch of blessing from it, right? Later, when the Age of Abundance ended, I guess, and when fundamentalism started, the fate switched more towards the Golden Order itself as a concept, more so than the Erdtree directly, like just the tree. And the tree became a symbol of that, the embodiment of the Golden Order, a symbol of that fate, a landmark. But the fate kind of turned from the Erdtree itself towards order itself. The Erdtree is the embodiment of the Golden Order. Like the Erdtree wouldn't exist without the Golden Order, kind of. Do you think Michaela is going to voice acted but like a woman listed on IMDb? Probably. Why not? It's supposed to be like a young voice, which is often voiced by women. It's happening. People are fighting me as I keep being handsome. Yes, it's happening. My comrades, why must you falter? I love how like Melina delivers that dialogue. You know what I want to see tomorrow? Okay, there's gonna be a DLC trailer, blah blah blah. 100% guaranteed. I believe. I refuse to not believe. You know what I want? My wish list. Oh fuck! I bit my lip. Ah! One of the things I want to see in the DLC, I want Michaela. Okay, for those who don't know, if you have like never watched my DLC prediction video, my DLC prediction video was that it's gonna be a DLC that's gonna have Godwyn and Michaela, like Michaela and the Soulless Demigods, and it's gonna be about the spirit world, okay? And the way we're gonna access the spirit world is through Michaela's dream. Okay, so it's like through Michaela's bullshit. He's basically, Michaela went to sleep and started dreaming in order to travel to a different plane, basically, a different world, which would be the spirit world. To do some bullshit with the soulless demigods, whatever that is. And notably Godwyn. Then the teaser for Shadow of the Erdtree came out, and it had Michaela in this landscape, which could be like either the spirit world or a dream world, whatever. What I want to see is Michaela, because if we're gonna go to the spirit world, you won't have Melina with you. Okay, it wouldn't make sense for Melina to be there with you, I think. But I think what would be really cool if in the spirit world you have Michaela who travels with you, and he kind of acts like Melina, and he gives you sometimes some dialogue, like he's an NPC that accompanies you. Can you imagine all the lore Michaela would drop if he would be like giving you like dialogues like Melina does in the base game? Man, that would be crazy. That would be mimicking how early Christianity included healing and miracles until hundreds of years later when Constantine declared the new religion of the Roman Empire. Oh, I didn't know that. Curious if you follow Tarnished Archaeology, if you buy into some of his theories or not. I mean, I know of him, I watched a couple of his videos, but I mostly do not buy into his theories at all. Like, he's in a completely different, such a fundamentally like different path of loring that there is no way for me to reconcile his ideas with mine. he's on a different timeline, you know. I saw the most recent video of his that I saw is from the Glowmite Queen, because I got a shout out in it, which I do agree with, like the general idea of it, obviously, since it's like the the same general idea I had in my video, which is Glowmite was basically the previous vessel of the Elden Ring, the previous god. I think that's one of you think. I think he brings up a lot. I remember like the first video I watched is the first video he had released where he was talking about the ancient dynasty statue and analyzing the tablets and giving like the real life references for them. I remember that. That was really cool. So he does bring a lot of real world archaeology into his stuff. The source of a bunch of things in game. I definitely like that part of his theories for sure. Pretty interesting. Does Astro mean Mikhail is such a horrible person like all the other demigods? Well, maybe he is. I don't know. We'll see. I just want Mikhail to be, even if he's a horrible person, it doesn't matter. Okay, it can be like the final boss for all I care. You know, like Melina turns on us, and at the end of the game, she could have been a final secret boss after the frenzy ending. Oh man, there's no range here. That would be so predictable though and cliche. What? The Mikela being evil or... Oh, he has this theory that's the theory is a... Oh, the Erdtree is a phantom and most people can see it. Yeah. Yeah, no, there is multi... I don't know how that works because there is like multiple references to people seeing the Erdtree. And I don't think there is a single reference to someone who can't see the Erdtree. I think I heard this theory before, and I think it comes from that one item, like rune item, who just uses a nice turn of phrase to quote someone. Someone is saying someone, "Look, can't you see the Erdtree above us?" And I think from there people interpreted if the person can literally not see the Erdtree. And it went on from there. I think. Because I think I heard that theory before. I'm not sure if that's what he's basing it on. Can't you see it? Yeah, it's basically the same as the item. Mikela being truly good with the breath of fresh air. A way to betray him. Oh, that would be cool. Melina only came at us after we melted away all life. That's true. That is a very literalist perspective. What does literalist perspective mean? Garfield. You will have to enlighten me on that one. Bulk is really excited to see the Erdtree up close. Yeah. It's not quite the same to be like in the direct presence of the Erdtree than just seeing it from far all the time. Taking things at face value. Okay. Hello, what's new, boys? I think he means that people without grace in their eyes can see the golden tree, so tarnished are hunted and killed. Okay. Well, the tarnished can see the Erdtree though, and they explicitly don't have grace in their eyes. He missed! Soldier of God. I'm not sure I want to talk to a child Mikela who's been kidnapped and poisoned by big nasty stepbrother. Poor little guy. Do you think he's even aware to what's going on to his corpse outside? Or something, they have some kind of grace. The tarnished don't have restored grace. They still have like dimmed eyes. Every character you meet explicitly says that you can instantly recognize you as a tarnished. They can tell that you do not have any grace and they look down on you for it. And they can just tell. It's not like you look fundamentally different from the rest of the lands between. They can just tell that you just don't have any grace. The tarnished are still graceless, but they have the guidance of grace, which is what keeps them alive, basically what canonically resurrects them, why they are like immortal. And is, you know, the light that you follow around that tells you your next objective is what they have. Can we go in here perhaps? Oh boy. I think it's arguable when the Tarnished gets his grace back. I would think that surely... Am I poisoned? God damn it. Like, surely the Tarnished gets their grace. Like, they stop being graceless the moment they become Elder Lord, right? Right? Really, I can't make it without being poisoned at all. But even that is not really... There is no way to tell. There is no special cutscene, eye texture for the Tarnished after he becomes Elden Lord. When you kneel before in front of the fractured Marika, it looks like there is like some grace coming off of you. It's shining on you. Without armor, I don't think you can make it through there without... Oh, armor does raise whatever the hell it's called. Oh. Step down from the ladder first. Okay, I'm gonna try that. First, I'm gonna try to see if I can reach that. Yeah. The roll doesn't seem to make it worse. Alright, let's try like just sliding down the ladder then. Well, it will make it so you continue to accumulate poison. That's true. Can I become Shrek if I keep rolling? Hold on a second. Okay, no. Hello, last protagonist. You can't become like just fully painted in red like Dark Souls 2. Shit game! It's almost like they put it there to dissuade noobs from going there early. Hello, Killer Vic. Good morning. Hey, man. I did it multiple times. I guess it's the first time I did it with Wretch. I'm not used to having armor. I forgot armor actually raises your resistances to these things. Create a summon sign. The finger of corpse wax, furled like a hook. It's a relic of those who came before. Same description. This finger severer. Oh, that looks like America. Like America rune / crucifix thingy on the top. Finger severer. When you've been summoned to another place, the stone blade severs the link formed by further finger, but maiden's corn. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Yeah, the finger severer does look different. Actually looks like a finger severer. It's crazy. Man. Light and shadows are so flickery in this version. You might be able to quick step your way through since you have iframes while you're moving. Killer Vic, hello, thank you for leaving a follow on Twitter. Appreciate it. There's nothing around here, right? I think we need to get ourselves the binoculars ASAP. And it's really hard to make out some of these patterns on PS5. See the giant eye iconography on the elevator. What, you mean the circle in the middle of the... on the platform? Oh my god. Dude, I can't wait for the fucking DLC. I've been watching some of the like first playthrough clips and like network test clips. And just watching those like awakened in me feelings. Like it reawakened in me those feelings from 2 years ago for actually getting to play the game for the first time. After having waited for it for so long. Oh, dude, I can't. It's not the same. Like, no matter how much you play the game today, how cool it is, it doesn't hit the same as when you were on that first playthrough and you just didn't know what was over there, what was that building there, what was behind the cliff, can you get on that bridge, what's in the tower, what's in the corner there. It's not the same. I'm so fucking excited for the DLC because of this. It's like the only chance you're gonna get again for having that feeling again. No news tomorrow. Lower your hopes, folk. Last protagonist. Shut up! Don't say that. I refuse. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to believe. You stop that meow. Yeah, exactly. Cope only allowed this stream. Like, we don't like take that blasphemous shit away. It's gonna be there tomorrow. This and the Breath of the Wild opening scene are unmatched. Yeah. Hello, Gavin. I know a guy who says we'll get the trailer on Friday, not tomorrow, so don't be disappointed if you don't see it at the Game Awards. To be clear, I'm not a first-hand source. Wait, you mean like someone made like a rumor, like YouTuber or something? Or do you actually know a guy that you know knows things? Because that's very different. Two different things. Also, if it's not going to be there tomorrow, I'm still going to be disappointed because I'm going to stay up until 5 a.m. The Game Awards is going to be 3 hours of ads and it's going to end at 5 a.m. EU time. I'm going to cry. Crazy, you can see the giant forge from here. Yep. Yep. Please, honestly, Covenants are the biggest missing feature in this game that I don't know why they didn't have. That's so weird.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Whoa. This guy doesn't know Sigma lore. Doesn't know who he has to deal with. They decided not to implement them for some reason, yeah. Barry seems like an honest guy, a straight shooter, a real bro. Yeah. Do you think Barry killed our maiden? He's the first to call us maiden this. Maybe. I'm not sure if the maiden... Okay. I think there is in-game a general notion that we are late. We are one of the later tarnished to arrive at the lands between. The Chapel of Anticipation is completely fucked and dilapidated. It has been... It's a literal death trap set up by like Stormveil, you know, like tarnished hunters and all of that, where the spider jumps on you and tries to kill you. I'm not, and like there is the wizened finger. I don't know if it's of our maiden, and she's literally just died there, waiting for a while. But she's bloody though. I don't know if it's Vari who killed her. If it's just been like we are super late. If it's like the spider / Stormveil who killed her. I'm not sure. Sounds like he's in a tin can, does he?
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel.
If you have a maiden, you should be walking beside. So I think that's the idea, yeah.
Grace's guidance holds the answers.
I think the
It
whole
will
maiden
lead
thing
you
is very
tarnished
like
to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Alright, got it. Shut up, bitch. Anyways. The whole like maiden thing is a bit weird. It's kind of like underdeveloped, undercooked. There is so little like reference to it. We never see a tarnished with a maiden. Ever. Not even once. Like one example would have actually like helped to ground the concept so we know what's up. We don't know anything about if any of the tarnished, like how much are they, like 4, 5 in the round table hold, if any of them has a finger maiden. Is Melina their finger maiden? Are they like from a parallel world? You know? Is it another world bullshit from Dark Souls? Do they have maidens but they are not in the round table hold? We find a couple of maiden, like Bernals and Vikes, and then one we can summon. I don't know if there is an Ash, a Spirit Ash one, I'm not sure. But we never see a maiden as a character, and we never get any maidens for most of the tarnished that we actually get to meet and talk to. We get some context that Bernal's one is dead, but that's about it, really. Doesn't Hoslo has a maiden? I don't think it's a finger maiden, that's just his attendant / crush / childhood friend / girlfriend. Vike did have one. It's the one in the church next to the Frenzy village, but she's already dead. One thing I wonder is when did they first become a thing, since they are tarnished specific. Yeah, that's a good question too. Terralina is a puppet, so not Ash exactly. Oh, okay. Alright, puppet. I have a theory that Melina was Bernal's maiden. You mean like that she already burned herself once? That was like maybe like what a first burning of the Erdtree, and that's why we have Ashin laying there, and now she's burnt and bodiless, has no memories. But Bernal didn't finish the job, so she's back to looking for a tarnished. Maybe. I think, you know what? Okay, I think it's in 1.0 where we're gonna be finding some Bernal maiden lore that we didn't have in the game. With how she was trying to become kindling, and we're gonna have a stronger connection between like the fire stuff going on in Caelid with the Flame of Ruin. It seems like they function just as seed runes to the tarnish and give them a fighting chance. Yeah. Bernal's maiden did burn herself in a giant forge, even though they said Vike was closest to become Elden Nugd, he didn't make it as far as Bernal. I'll be honest with you, this whole Vike slash Bernal slash Tarnish, who already had 2 great runes before, slash Tarnish, who almost became Elden Lord, like all that part of the lore is so... I just honestly feel it's kind of disgustingly scuffed just by inheriting the Dark Souls lore of, oh, it's people from another parallel world, you know, who have their own adventures in their own lands between, which was kind of explained and part of the story of Dark Souls, but Elden Ring just kind of inherited and is like extremely half-assed about it, and I can't make heads or tail of any of it. So anything that has to do with like the other Tarnished, their journey, almost becoming Elden Lords, if they burned the Erdtree or not, if they got Great Runes or not, if they made it to Farm Azula or not. I have no idea what to do with any of that. I just like push it aside for now. Maybe in the DLC we'll get more context. Maybe we'll meet the guy who had 2 Great Runes before us. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. Yeah, but that's just so messy. I just ignore it, honestly. I just don't try to hurt my head with it. Gonna go work out. Naturally, see you all tomorrow. All right, Garfield, have a good workout. Therulina never met her tarnished because Oliver snatched her. Oh, is that the lore of the puppet? She never got to meet her tarnished? Oh, that's interesting. Alright, what do you have to say, sir?
Guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted. It's time you set off, I should think. To Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where grace would guide you.
Thank you.
If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Man, it keeps shit talking me, bro. Did I even get the bonfire? I did not. Okay. Thank God I remembered. We're gonna read everything. Very like red fruit that grows in shrubs. Material used for crafting items. Easily found everywhere in the lands between. It is primarily used in preserved foods. Cool. In cooperative. Okay, nothing interesting there. Oh, hold on a second. The writing. The writing on that. I'm not sure why this whole like guilty people being crucified is such a prevalent symbol in this game too. That seems weird. But the runes in the background of this seem to line up with like the runes in certain writings. I don't know if it's relevant at all. They seem to match with the rune at in the obelisk for the ancient dynasty and the script that are in the like the tree bark parchments inside Marika's bedroom. Swell guy. Yeah, he's a pretty swell guy. What is this supposed to be? That's bones. What the hell is that? Just like mud and bones? I want to see the Scorpion God of Rot in DLC. Or at least more lore about it. Maybe. I'm not sure what we get. The DLC is gonna be huge. I'm not sure what's everything we're gonna be getting. I forget if these all are tarnished or are heretics. I don't know. Why are they burned? Why do they scream at night? Why are they the symbol of like these summoning pools? Oh god damn it. The range is awful with this. He didn't stop moving, he's just slightly moving while fighting. I just can't hit him. Can't see shit. Oh, really? God damn it. My stamina! Thought I could just strafe that one. Dead! Or not. Dead. Yeah. I forgot to change my R2 there. Ah! I was saying I'm not sure what we're gonna get in the whole DLC. I'm a bit curious what direction they will take it. Like besides what the main thing is gonna be, I mean. Wait, is it the Kaded theme when the Sentinel look at me? Do you think Gauri is a Scorpion? No. Maybe? Why? Oh, it is Kaled. The crucified guys are probably not tarnished. They scream because they still cling to life. Nothing can die because the rune of death is still on the way. Okay, why are they burned then? I think in the 1.0 it says they are tarnished. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, this... Okay, this R2 with the scream is just awful against this guy, so just abandon that. Is that an attack? God damn it, come back here. Damn, the FPS is awful. This is my favorite boss in Elden Ring. Will always remind me of the first 5 hours of playing Elden Ring, determined to beat him before moving on. Damn, that much? He calls Melania his child or something along those lines. I feel like it's really troll because of what. I don't think he calls her his child. Maybe you are misremembering. GG's, thank you. I don't think he calls Melania her child at all. He calls Millicent Melania's daughter. He calls her her mother. Does he call Melania a child? Someone confirm. I think crucifixion happens because it restrains your body off the ground, so it's like symbolic of being separated from the Erdtree. No evidence for that though. Honestly, that's a pretty good idea. I like it. That's actually a really cool idea. Huh. So they can, like, they are being punished and they can't return to the Erdtree. Like they are not given a proper death. So they are being kept off of the ground where the Erdtree could potentially feed on them. That's a really cool idea. My first Souls game ever and only my second video game I have played in decades. But yeah, I'm a slow learner. Damn. Smithing stone. Does smithing stone say anything? Use the wide range of smithing processes. Exceptionally common. It is found throughout the lands between. Using smithing to strengthen armament. Smithing stone is distributed widely through the terrain of the lands between, and mining galleries built to excavate it can be found all over. Alright.
I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Do you think when he says tainted by madness, he specifically references the frenzy? Or just a general turn of phrase to say everyone has gone crazy, bro? Ah, yes. The best item in game. Sure, why not? Let's read this. Shadow of the Erdtree tomorrow, yes! Yes, and I refuse to let anyone tell me otherwise. Astrology tool used by members of the Carian royal family, part of a large instrument removed and stolen away, allows the viewer to better see faraway things. During the age of the Erdtree, Carian astrology withered on the vine. The fate once writ in the night skies has been fettered by the Golden Order. Willing it into existence, yeah. Oh, he's echoing the line from the cinematic, the mad change. Alright. It's the light pollution, yeah. Kinda covers the whole ass sky. Can't see shit. It's bright. Awful. Yeah, there's nothing here. A remnant of bygone research into eternal life. This empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Containers required for crafting throwing items sealed in pots. Sealed within both materials and mysticism will demonstrate their effect when the pot is thrown. Man, this is literally just miracle. That's crazy. This pot is literally miracle. Never noticed the sun iconography on the telescope. That's a flower. A sunflower. Granted. Sunflower and stars. Huh. A remnant of bygone research into eternal life. Imagine trying to sleep in the royal capital. Yeah, that's why they have like sealed all the windows with like wax or whatever. Just can't sleep, man. Okay. Millennium! Thank you for the follow. Nothing here, nothing here. This has a bunch of rocks and stones on it. This looks like the finger remedy. It doesn't even say what it expands. That sucks. Okay. Cracked pots and jars are probably connected. Jars bring the bodies of warriors to minor Erdtrees are the same as the Erdtree burial. It's similar, yeah. Yeah. It's just bringing bodies to the minor Erdtrees so they can fertilize the land, so they can grow good, big, strong trees. Lightweight among straight swords. I guess we should grab a torch. Wondrous physique. Round shield covered in leather, one of the larger side of a standard shield. Though its damage reduction may be lacking compared to a metal shield, it can handle a wide range of attack affinities. A horse head crests. Alright.
Goodbye. What is it? Still going to purchase something?
Yes.
Goodbye.
No, I'm good.
For now.
Goodbye. Crackpots are probably like a side output of the research into developing the jars, the living jars. But honestly, I wonder what this could be referring to, the research into eternal life. Is that all I bought? Oh yeah, the telescope. Okay, okay. Red leaf flower. A dusk yellow flower that has started to fade and wilt. Material used for crafting items found throughout the lands between, said to grow from the old fallen leaves of the Erdtree. These flowers serve as the base material for numerous numbers of sorcery techniques. Sorcery? Huh? Sorcery. I should probably buy the cookbooks now that I think about it, just so I can read the craftable items.
Well,
Alright, give me this stuff. And if I go into crafting, yeah. Garnish sunflower. You kissed. Wait, what? You need. Was Dukist herba always made, like the glowstone always made with Dukist herba? Polished stone of a ruined fragment that shine brighter than a rainbow stone. Craftable item. Emits light from the location it is placed in the. However, the effect is short-lived. May serve as benefit dark rays on it. Okay. Doesn't say anything. Has a fundamentalist symbol on it. On the side, at least. On the top, it looks like the normal, like Elden ring configuration. Torrent seems to have a taste for it. The Golden Order has no mercy for those who trespass beyond life's boundaries. Okay. Glowstone is still crafted with Dukist herba. Interesting. Interesting. Was it in the network test then? Then it used to say like an incantation of the two fingers, like it's blessed with an incantation of the two fingers. This probably was in the network test. Alright, I think that's all we have here. Let's go grab Torrent first before going in any dungeon or anything. I wonder if these guys drop Budding Horn. In animal bones. What's interesting about the Erdtree flower is that a whole ass flower can just grow from a leaf. That's pretty cool. A small saber used for throwing. Throw at enemies with your physical damage, inflict hemorrhage. Scarab in there. Then, isn't there a stake of Marika here? Guess not. Yeah. My lore. Or God Soldier Hell. Or God Soldier Helm. Okay. Or God Soldiers. That's a retcon right there. How old do you think the ruins, shattering war, the ruins look like they're decaying for centuries? Something like that. I think the time scales are a bit irrelevant. It's just a very long time ago is all you're gonna get from Miyazaki. Apparently, George R.R. Martin says he wrote the story like up to 3,000 years before the events of the game, and he wrote everything pre-Shattering, and after the Shattering, like From Software did whatever they wanted. So you could say 3,000 years, but these ruins don't quite look 3,000 years. Tops is a native to the lands between, so it's gonna be like... It's gonna live for all intent and purposes, a greatly extended life, almost eternal. I need to get around to making my videos on immortality and stuff like that. So basically the way I see it is that there's two factors going on in the lands between. There is, first of all, the rune of death is removed and people live on forever, and there is no natural death per se. It doesn't mean you can't die, it doesn't mean you can't be killed as in your body is destroyed. There is Erdtree burial, etc, etc. Even before unsealing the rune of death, we can kill all the demigods, even though supposedly they have immortality. The way I see it, the rune of death makes it so everyone doesn't technically just die of natural causes. It's like it gives them an unending life, but their body can still decay. But there is another thing going on, is that Grace of Gold itself, its blessing, seems to make people, I guess, forever young, forever fresh. And that's kind of like based on like the golden poop lore. You know? So basically, just by living in the lands between, you are much more... You have much more grace than anyone outside the lands between. Which makes it so that you stay young for much longer. So why isn't Tops decrepit? Well, Tops might just be not that old. Haha, golden poop lore, yeah. He might just not be as old as the nobles who are wandering around, you know? Like maybe they are 3,000 years old and he's just 500 years old. Who knows? So the stronger your blessing, the more virtual, fresh immortality you're gonna enjoy, I guess. But even the nobles eventually will like decrepit. It might be the reason the nobles are the way they are now. It can also be because after the shattering, like it's the grace of the Erdtree, like the Erdtree stopped giving off as much grace passively, you know, just by living under it. It might be that. And you combine that with like the unending life due to the removal of the rune of death, and you end up with a bunch of zombies who can't tell the direction they're walking around. But the system was set up in a way that, for example, the nobles would be called. Basically anyone, even the champions, would be called to die. Like, alright, it's time to die, the roots are calling, time for Erdtree burial, it's a great honor. But the demigods themselves would never be called to die at the roots. Of course they wouldn't be called. And of course they have their blessing is so strong that they are virtually like eternal, basically. They are not like your average dude living in the lands between. And that's what I think makes up what Melina talks about when she is about to burn herself at the forge. She talks about how this world is in need of death indiscriminate. Death was served unequally in a way because everyone was called to die at the roots because they wouldn't just die ever normally. Everyone is called to die at the roots, but the demigods wouldn't be called to die at the roots, of course. So death was discriminate. Blessed Dew talisman, continue healing, rejuvenate, lose the abundance of the blessed Dew. Your health doesn't restore, you still can't die. Yeah. Eventually, I think you can your body can just be destroyed or decrepit enough, or be murdered, to the point where like your spirit will just leave your body, but your spirit will still remain in the lands between. Because what I think what the sealing of the Rune of Death fundamentally does, like the most important thing it does, is close the way to like the spirit world. Imagine before the age, like the Golden Order, people used to die, their souls / spirits used to go to the afterlife, kind of, to the spirit world. Now it just remains in the lands between, probably just to be munched on by the Erdtree. Testing that lose maxes eventually max out reaches 0. Something like that. Also more God's Helm. Helm used by Stormvale Knights. Okay. Alright, that doesn't help at all. Whatever. Smash R1! Damn, this guy hurts. Dead. Oh yeah, there is this rune script even on these. Okay. That's interesting. I can barely make out anything from it. I don't even think it's a console like lower resolution issue. It just seems like the text is extremely pixelated and blurred. I was trying to catalog everywhere you see this language. It definitely looks like it. Map of Limgrave. Does it have any lore? The Demines of Limgrave, far south of the Erdtree, is bordered by the northwest by a cliff of Stormvale, and under its ever-clouded skies roll the great steppes of the Pale Land. What is the Pale Land? What in the world? Don't die now. Hello. Can't wait to switch this weapon. The stagger was insane. This is tricky. Is there any item in here? I don't want to miss anything. Upgrade to big bunker. Yeah. That's what I would like to upgrade to a bigger bunker. Straight sword that's so used during the shattering, well crafted for what was a commonplace weapon. Though blackened and damaged by years of use, it appears to have otherwise been kept in serviceable condition, despite the soldiers having long lost their minds. Wait, we didn't read those two? Okay. Torch, blah blah blah. Yeah. Weighty halberd, force of gold, and unwreathed. English is hard. With the Erdtree's holiness, wielded by the Order of Arbor Sentinels, heavily equipped knights, masterfully crafted weapon that lives up to its heft, but is difficult for one of mere human strength to wield. It had charge forth. Ew. Why charge forth? Ash of War, Storm Stomp, Wet Knife. The Wet Knife. Special thin whetstone, resembling the blade of a small sword. This War Ash can be used at a site of grace to give new weapons. Okay. It seems to have like two-finger like cursive script on it. Quality, skill brought by Stormvale by knights from Lost Land. Stomp the ground hard. Okay. The Lost Land of the Stormvale Knights, whatever that is. Whatever that is. I wonder where I will find a big bunker. As far as I know, the big club is like all the way to Ulchas, like the Erdtree branch. Smash, smash, smash. Play. Oh, I heard the ogres screaming. I don't think I'm missing anything in this camp. Everyone is dead. Grab the last item. Talk to the woman. Get the horse. It seems like the knights are from Farum Azula. Maybe, yeah. It's the Banished Knight lore is a bit of a mess. Even if you try to work it through like the different game versions and languages, it's a bit of a mess. I think in 1.0 we're gonna see that they were like banished from like Leyndell basically. But they were just like banished from the city. But then there's references to them losing their land. They seem to be loyal to Stormvale, the Golden Lineage specifically. They have some relationship to dragons. They would fit in Farum Azula for sure. I have been toying with the idea that there is like a weird mix of two different things going on here, which would explain the different disparities and inconsistencies.
Greetings.
There is the fact that they were originally from Farum Azula.
I am Melina.
And then they joined like the, I guess, the Golden Lineage under Godfrey and after that Godwyn. But also they were later, besides that, they were later banished from like, what's its name?
Offer you an accord.
From Leyndell. Either because of what happened to Godwyn, which I think is a bit unlikely, or more likely because of like the Shattering War and how the Golden Lineage attacked Leyndell.
The two fingers. offering guidance.
Just like Godric
and
was
aid
banished from Leyndell.
to the
Because you can see the
tarnished.
armies of the Golden Lineage attacking Leyndell. You can see a bunch of banished
you,
knights' corpses on the
I
ground.
am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden.
Yeah, the armor is like used as asset everywhere, so it doesn't
turning
help
rune
either.
fragments into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you
Talking really slow, lady.
to the foot of the Erdtree.
You just want to go to the foot of the Erdtree, bro.
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent.
Chat, who's Torrent former master? Place your
Torrent has
bets now.
chosen you.
I feel like we're gonna find out in the DLC.
Treat him with respect.
I don't think there is cost content for Vare being made into the player. What? Marika then given to Mikela. Okay. Jake Lee, hello. Marika is the foreigner owner. Okay, okay. Would be terrifying. It would kill. I would kill him even harder if that were true. You know. I'm dying on this hill until the DLC. Okay. Torrance has horns of his from the Crucible, or also he was Marika's. Then Marika's gave to Mikela. Okay, okay. Torrent is a misbegotten. Okay. The horse might be due to the, you know, spirit's animal connection, like the deer. Okay, okay. So, all right. So, two people are saying Marika. Marika, then Mikela's, then Melina's, then Tarnished's. And anyone has a different answer? No? Everyone just believes it's Marika? What if Marika is the snowy crone, huh? Now that would be epic, though. Maybe Godwin? And can you imagine the implication if it was Godwin? Rani literally like orchestrated its assassination and then she shows up and tells you she had to give you this on his behalf. Man, the plot thickens.
Shall I turn your runes to strength?
Maybe
Let my
Godwin
hand
was in
rest
on it.
upon you. For but a moment.
It's
Share
interesting
them
that we
with me.
have this
Your thoughts, your ambitions.
ever since like Torrent was
the
shown with Mikela in
principles
the
you would
teaser.
follow.
It's kind of made things a bit more complicated because it introduced the possibility. Well, it was always a possibility, but it made it much more likely for me that Mikela would be Torrent's former master, for example. And that if Mikela was part of this whole conspiracy, which included Melina, Rani, and Marika, and Mikela is actively trying to resurrect the soulless demigods, it would kind of imply
It is
that
done.
maybe Marika isn't as heartless as she seems. Maybe they plan to kill the demigods. Okay, but we still don't know why all the demigods had to die. Like, no fucking idea. I hope the DLC like gives us more context on why the Night of the Black Knives had to happen. But you know, it introduces also the possibility that they intended to conduct the Night of the Black Knives and then like resurrect the demigods somehow. You know? Maybe. It's a possibility. Or maybe Mikela is just trying to give Godwin a true death because it's his death caused Deathroot. You know? But who knows? He is put in a position where he is the heir of death, right? Could be part of the plan. Yeah, like there is also the possibility that Godwin was always in on it and was willfully sacrificed. Sacrificed himself for it. The popular belief is Mikela, but I'm not so sure. It's possible it could be Marika on Torrent. All we have is the hair to go by. I think it's mostly looks like Mikela. It's not impossible for it to look like Marika, but clearly they want it to look like Mikela at the very least. And there is a very real possibility that they are doing that as a sort of misdirection on purpose. They want you to think it's Mikela, but it's potentially someone else. It's not Mikela in the trailer image, that's Marika. We're going back in time, baby. No elaboration was going on with Mikela at all. Barbarians of the Badlands was real. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Oh, stop resting. A delicate gold work ring can be used as a finger whistle. Upon that, the spectral speed. Okay, whatever. Nothing interesting. Did I get any other items? Oh. Eternally burning butterfly found near the wildfires and elsewhere. Material used for crafting serves as kindling for a number of items. Oh my god, look, it's the Melina butterfly. Barbarian of the Badlands would be dope. Big Unga Bunga builds. True. Same description. Nothing crazy. Where do we go now? Alright, we have our torrent. I guess we should go trigger Rani. That's a good idea for now. But where do we go from here, guys? Where do you want to start?
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
Huh. Huh. Okay. That's cool. You know how, like, okay, Callie would get to sleep when Rani would spawn, and there was this like purpley-ish fog that was reminiscent a bit of sleep around. But in the 1.0 version of the game, I don't think there is the fog at all, and it's straight up Callie. Like the sound effect played to my left ear of like the sound effect when you sleep someone, and it's just him being sleep fogged. I think it's much more clear in the 1.0 version of the game that she put him to sleep. It's literally the same sound effect and everything. We should craft some like sleeping arrows or sleeping pots to see if it does the same like effect, smoke effect on top of their head. Weapon Peninsula is jam-packed with the relevant lore for DLC. Alright. Huh. It's kinda hard to tell, but Marika is like Gwen from Dark Souls. We're keeping it alive. Rani is Mikela. I don't think Rani is Mikela, but she's her sister and fellow genius Empyrean of the next generations. You know, I genuinely think it's highly possible they would have a close relationship, especially if, you know, Mikela was Torrent's former master she is talking about here. I wonder what happens if I hit him. I really want to know, but I don't want to risk it. It's suspicious. No, there's definitely some sleep shenanigans going on. I think they just might be... the thing I'm leaning the most towards right now is Mikela is Torrent's former master. Maybe Marika was the master even before that. Who knows? That's very possible. And Mikela is in on this conspiracy thing going on with like Melina and Rani, etc. So they are definitely and Rani talks very fondly of Torrent, and that's kind of a reflection for the affection she has for its former master. You know, she definitely likes the person. So it could really be something like they have a really close relationship, and they are both in on this thing. That's why I said like Mikela, potentially Mikela, and potentially Torrent being in the teaser image like thickens the plot quite a bit. We'll have to wait and see to have confirmation if those were the characters in question, etc. But like there is potential here for things to get a lot more complicated. Why would Rani ask about Torrent? Ah, the sound effect played again when I left and came back. Or did it just expire so it reset? Rani would ask about Torrent because she was entrusted with certain items to give to a tarnished who would have Torrent, basically. I think she has a dialogue if I leave. The way she held Marika's head and put it back in her ending seems pretty affectionate. Yeah, she's very gentle with it, that's true. She definitely doesn't hate her mother, it seems. What if instead of Mog's Path being introduced DLC at Marikat in Farmazula? With some South, it's hard to say where DLC will have its entry point. It could be so many places. And FromSoft is probably gonna like prioritize gameplay anyways. So like they won't put it in like if the DLC is supposed to start at like mid-game, they won't put it too far off. Like they will find a way to put it earlier on, even if it doesn't make 100% sense. It could be Mikela's cocoon. It could be they could have multiple entrances. A bit like the Ringed City has two entrances. One at the very end of the game in Drag Heap. Oh, the effect played again. I guess when it runs out and it resets, it does the sound effect again. Like the Ring City had an entrance at the end of the Ashes of Ariandel and an entrance at the Dreg Heap, which made the most sense, right? So you could potentially have an entrance earlier in game and an entrance at Mikela's cocoon, which would be like make the most sense if we are entering his dream, or when you defeat Malikath, because then by unsealing the rune of death, let's say you open the way to the spirit world, etc., etc.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Trifle not with me, Tarnished. Or didst thou merely forget the name of the spectral steed thou callest?
Yeah, I hope it's endgame too.
I will ask thee again. Thou art possessed of the power, no?
Like
To
at
call
least
forth a
post
spectral
Lanedale,
steed named Torrent.
I would say. That would help, especially with how shit the Mountain Chops is. Would kind of help if the post Lanedale wasn't just the Mountain Chops right away. You could have the option to go through the DLC.
Quite the stubborn one, aren't we? Wise in a way. The lands between are home to lies and cheats aplenty. Perhaps thine ample mistrust will be to thy benefit. I shall leave this for thee.
I love how
At the
Rani
behest
has
of Torrent's former master.
these
Take it,
lines.
shouldst thou overcome thy suspicion.
Wraith. Oh, straight up called the Wraith calling bell. Damn. Fuck. Fuck. You have to understand that my number one theory of who was the Torrent's former master before the trailer, like the Shadow of the Erdtree teaser, was the Snowy Crone, like Rani's master. Because she would have a spectral horse, right? Rani is modeled after her, so she has 4 arms, and she has a spirit calling bell. Like these 3 elements are like distinctive characteristic of the wraiths that you can find in Raya Lucaria. The ones that do smoke and shoot like ghosts at you. They have 4 arms. This is the only thing in game that have the 4 arms like Rani's doll, by the way. It's the only like creature in the game that has that same appearance. They have the spirit horse and they have the bells they use to call wraiths. And now in 1.0, the bell isn't even called spirit calling bell, it's called wraith calling bell. It's even more. It also points even more towards the Snowy Crone. And it's not like we know who the fuck is the Snowy Crone. It seems like the Snowy Crone might have an agenda herself with Rani, so I'm gonna say something like absolutely random, but what if the Snowy Crone is like Marika disguised, for example, and that's how she was mentoring Rani? Like in my general vision for the lore, Marika and Rani are in on it together, right? So they already would share this kind of mentoring relationship. So what if like Marika was disguised as the Snowy Crone to secretly mentor Rani or something? I don't know. It's not like Marika isn't known for disguising herself. The mimic veil is named after her as Marika's mischief, so there is so many possibilities. I just hope the DLC has some sort of like anything, not even necessarily the full answer, but just the hints that will help us like narrow down all these different options. Alright, let's read this. These wolves were chased from their pack and later found company with a human outcast, a fellow hunter. Wolf spirits overwhelm enemies with their agility. It's super relevant. Okay. A bell capable of summoning a variety of spirits from ashen item. It usually requires FP to use. Only one type of spirits may be summoned at once, and none may be summoned. Okay, there is literally no lore on this. God damn it. Possible. I feel like Marika has her hand in almost everything. I'm 98% sure Marika did work together to sacrifice Rani's body and Godwin's spirit. Yeah. 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 You have anything to say, sir?
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
What is that line even supposed to say? Like... It doesn't, like... Well, weren't you... Like, yeah, okay, something happened. He's probably making reference to that. But, like, you still can't make any sense of what it's supposed to say. Weren't you what?
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts.
Kindred
Your
spirits?
people, the Tarnished, and mine. Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see
Yes.
that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard.
Secure to be made a video about how the
Nothing.
wandering traders used to
But
actually have a wandering
if anyone
schedule. They
dares
shop in
harm
different
us,
places different times. Oh, that's cool.
Show them no mercy.
There was so much like
That is our
Calais
code,
slash
so to
Wandering
speak.
Merchant cut content and
Just the
quest
way
lines.
we
It's
are,
crazy.
deeply unforgiving.
They did put a lot of work into that.
Goodbye.
Goodbye for now. So we said Weeping Peninsula. What the fuck is this angle? What? You don't like looking at Sigma lore? Yes. Quite intriguing. This item description is truly fascinating. You guys make the weirdest sounds at night, by the way. I still would never understand why they are burned. Absolutely good Chad Sigma lore. Okay guys, this is actually the DLC entrance. Forget about all that other bullshit. This is the real DLC entrance. Hey, that's pretty good, guys. Thank you. I bet you can't even tell which of these screams I did, eh? That's right. I could be a voice actor for like the hanged, burned, crucified people. Alright, here's the DLC entrance, guys. See that fog down there? That's sleep fog. See that? This is such an out of place hole. I want someone... Okay. What's you guys' theory about why this hole exists? At all. Like, FromSoft went out of their way to make this open world. Right? It's consistent. Besides the legacy dungeons, there is not like endless chasms that you just fall off in, like in Dark Souls. It goes down to where you start the game, but it doesn't. You just die. So was it supposed to be at some point you could fall down here and access like the cave? And oh wait, lights? I don't think I have any. I didn't pick up any. Yeah, I don't have any. It's Miyazaki's revenge. Okay. Like, what the hell is this about? And they just left it here? Do they have plan for it? Like... Anyways, I'm calling it. This is where we enter the DLC. God, these guys. Chill, bro. I'm pretty sure their screams are worse in 1.0. They're louder. Man, we could be going there. Maybe it's a spot where the lands would break apart from the original plan of having the meteor hitting the lands for various things. Maybe... Mayhaps? Is there still an Alabaster Lord there? Yeah. Alabaster Lord. Oh, bats. And I wonder if we're gonna get any Blackstone Civilization lore in the DLC. I would love that. Oh yeah, which reminds me. This pattern, I'm pretty sure... Oh, maybe it just looks like it actually. I found it in some like tombstones in ancient dynasty ruins. Oh wait, some herba. Gotta get all the items. Very common medicinal herb. All right. Okay. It would be cool to have some Blackstone civilization lore and maybe learn a thing or two about these bats, since they seem to be chilling around like always like the Blackstone pillars thingies. And they definitely have some sort of like history, the important history based on like the Song of Lament that the bat ladies sing. There's a spirit spring over there, isn't there normally? I can't see it though. Are the structures in the DLC image Blackstone pillars, or am I misremembering? No, no. If they look like anything, it would be closer to... architecture-wise, a bit closer to some of the stuff in Liurnium. But some of the reliefs on them look like ancient dynasty stuff. It seems to be like the same, like yellow, white stone. Tear a sheet out of the cookbook and put Dutch herba in there. Medicinal herbs. That's some shitty ass fog. Interesting that I have a... There's like a shockwave effect on me when I hit them with the scream. And come on, bro. Stop running! A Popper's rune. A Popper? Harry Popper? Alright, grace dwells within the inhabitants of the lands between. Lingering residue of gold. Used to gain a few runes. For all that they may be feeble things, these runes will act as a nourishment for the development of any tarnished, provided a finger maiden can be found. I think it's still in the game. It's just they changed the name. They renamed them to like Rune 1, Rune 2, Rune 3, Rune 4. Man, there's so many places to go. Why is the lore more explicit in 1.0? It's just an earlier like draft of the game's text, right? Some stuff were like just changed. Hey, there's wolves here? Is there an item? Some things were just straight up changed, like retcons, and some other stuff are like just From Software removed them from the text because they were a bit too explicit and they didn't want to give it away completely. So they probably they most definitely 100% guaranteed work in a very iterative manner on the game's text. So it goes through a few iterations, so naturally some things are more or less explicit. I'm pretty sure the runes say the same thing except for Newman and the Hero on Champions Rune, they have different text. I think even the Newman runes say the same thing, but I think it doesn't have the same ID anymore. But there is a rune in 1.0 that says the description of the Newman rune. I think it's still called Newman rune. Can I do it? I feel like I went much further than I would have in the normal game. Hey! Oh, a Mikila's lily. Wait, is this the wall that was sleeping? That you would have come to with like the dream mist or something? He was like sleeping next to Trina's lily. I wonder if they're gonna reintroduce the Dream Brew quest line with the DLC. The Albastard Lord. Oh, he has wolves. Damn. Can see you guys. Shit. Bugged up. Oh, his effect. I got comboed. His SFX looks better though. Like actually the SFX he just used for his gravity magic now looks like a bit better than it is in the main game. I sure missed some text from release versions. One of the armor sets obtained, they took out my inventory in first patch. Wait, really? Huh. Cracked pots mend themselves when they break. They exist pots people and nothing can die properly in the land. Are cracked pots alive or is the magic that rebuilds them? Well, I would say probably the magic / they are alive, both to some extent. Hello, House Atreides. Also, I kind of jumped on an invisible wall here, which was weird. Isn't that hall for tossing in people from the cross? Assume that's why the bodies get thrown there. Maybe? Micah's video was amazing. Glad to see you're here for Lorethrough. Hell yeah. Thank you. Yeah, his effects are slightly different. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, there's like more darkness. It's more lightning-y there. He bleeds white. Interesting. Did he always bleed white, by the way? God damn it. For some reason, some attacks I just can't roll away from being staggered. Are the Alabaster Lords and Onyx Lords straight up aliens? I think so. I think so. It seems like their whole thing is just being at war with each other. That's about it. Ah, my runes. Yeah, the stagger time is so long. I wonder it's because if I have like no poise or something like that. It's interesting to know that they bleed white. I think they bled white even in the normal game. Are you serious? Oh my god. Damn, he's so angry. Gonna be here for like 10 minutes apparently. Say for the millennia, he decided to win. Oh shit, I forgot about the wall. God damn it. Lord. He's an Onyx Lord himself. He's a midget Onyx Lord. Oh my god. I realize I just don't know how to fight these guys. It makes sense if they gave the gravity magic and blood to the Nox. I mean, I remember, I'm not sure how it's gonna be in 1.0, but in the network test, the gravity like spell or Ash of War talked about the Eternal Cities, but they also made direct reference to the Alabaster and Onyx Lords too, so there's definitely a connection there, so they are both in the same item description. That wolf is gonna slow walk forever. What if he dropped the sword? Oh, gravitas. Well, now we'll see if it's the same description as the network test, I guess. Alright, don't die. Flashback Dark Souls Super Sewer, yeah. When his swords goes blue. I wonder if they are part of the science magic behind Albinaurix. Makes sense if they gave their gravity's magic and blood to the Nox. Let's read the Ash, see if it has anything for us. No, it doesn't. Actually, it does. Yeah. A skill from a great white king with stone skin. Pierce through the ground with armament to damage following the surge of gravity throws them in. Okay. Well, it doesn't mention the Eternal Cities in this version. In the network test, it used to be like, it used to continue something like, in the Eternal Cities, like meteors held the same import as the stars, something like that. So I always thought that was interesting. By the way, anecdote, in my first playthrough, because of that description, I always assumed that gravity magic would be in the Eternal Cities. And for my whole playthrough, I wanted to do like some cool gravity magic build, right? I didn't know like how limited the options were back then, of course. So my whole playthrough, I would focus so hard on the underground. I was so excited whenever I found some new underground shit, just hoping to find some epic, cool gravity magic spells. Guess what? There is no gravity magic whatsoever in the Eternal Cities. None! I guess there is a bit with Estelle, but like that's literally the only thing. I was robbed, man. And then like gravity had like 3 spells. They're mostly kind of lame. Radan weapons were cool, but they were so short and so bad. But the Ash of War was really cool. Yeah, the network test has a whole lot of different texts on its own. Can I not roll? I swear to God, I think I'm getting staggered more because I don't have armor. Like some attacks stagger me way too much. Crab egg. Flesh. Nutritious food. Okay. Taken from a bloodless creature. Okay. Okay. Man. I really hope we get more like Blackstone civilization stuff. Because because this shit is insane. Like if you take a second to just think about the reach and size and insanity of these black stone structures, how they literally exist inside the bedrock of the whole lands between. Like they are so old, they are literally inside the cliffs of the lands between, and they are literally everywhere, all over the lands between, and the size and the intricacy of these black stone structures. Like the civilization that must have made them must have been like extremely like important and huge. Right? Right? So surely. The Onyx Lord Campion and the Blackstone Arch is proof that they built them. Yeah. Undeniable proof. But yeah, it's not like they are completely disconnected either. Halic Drake. You know what the Halic Drake talisman says? In the Chinese 1.0 version of the game. That shit is crazy. Are you ready for this? The primitive age before the Erdtree, the ancient dragons ruled above all else and were said to have protected their king as a veritable wall of stone. And so it is that the shape of dragon has become symbolic of all manners of protection. You know what it says in the Chinese? Okay, so we're talking earlier about how like different versions of the game have like older iterations of the text. What happens is that, for example, if you go to the 1.0 Japanese version of the text, there is nothing. It's almost like one-to-one to the main game. Like there is no old lore in it. The reason we have like these old descriptions in the 1.0 English is because the English localization team got the text a bit, like the text to translate a bit later, and it ended up being shipped in the game before they fully finished, right? You can actually observe the same thing, but even more, like even older text in other languages sometimes. For example, like in Italian and Chinese, they have some even older descriptions of the text for items. This Halic Drake talisman, you know what it used to say? It used to talk about the envoys of, like the black feathers of the envoys of death. And how they were like symbol of both like imminent death and salvation from it. And how in the age before the Erdtree, death was part of the law, was part of order itself. It was a talisman that made reference to the death birds, and it was a dragon talisman that made reference to the death birds. And I just found out this yesterday, by the way, just so you know, because in my video about the Glowmite Queen and Pharaoh Mazula, I did connect the age of death birds to the supposed age of Glowmite Queen and the dragons, right? And you know what the item description of the other, like Drake talisman said? Like the others, like the magic one, etc. It was about the same as this, but it said, like the dragons ruled above all else, blah blah blah, and were said to have protected their queen, mother of dragons, or dragon mother, depending on what translation you use. And so it is that the shape of dragon has become symbolic of all matter of protection. Like these Drake talismans used to reference like a queen, a mother of dragons, which I thought was really fucking interesting. It's the first time I found out about that yesterday. Which is actually what prompted me to get it over with and actually start this proper like 1.0 Lorethrough, you know, because I feel like I'm missing so much. The one near Radan in North Liena drive me crazy. The one near Radan are even crazier because they are the one that have the crazy unique magic golem, which is a unique, I call him the lore golem because there is no point to his existence besides being a piece of lore. And the golems are linked to the Blackstone civilization, and the golem you find there use some really like weird sorcery magic that you have never seen like used by any other faction before, which tells you a bit more also about like the kind of stuff the Blackstone civilizations used. They seem to have spanned across the lands between. Like the golem they made kind of mimic the fire giants. They use an old kind of like sorcery that's unlike modern glintstone sorcery. And they also like utilize the power of the storm. Like their arrows have like storm powers to them. Like it's like the under like the umbrella of this Blackstone civilization, it encompasses like everything. Like the magic glintstone faction, the fire giant faction, the storm faction, which is like with the beasts and dragons, etc. It's like it's really something, and their golems and ruins can be found everywhere. And talking back about what you said about the Onyx Lord being under the arch, it's not that far stretched because the Blackstone civilization is also the one who made the Divine Towers, and the Divine Towers is full of what? They are full of meteorites. They are like the meteorites inside the Divine Towers are like kind of like pieces of sacred like decoration. And they're intrinsically linked to that. And there is that Onyx Lord that guards the way to a Divine Tower on top of a meteorite in the mines in the Altus Plateau. And then there is those small like balls around the Ever Jails. Who the fuck knows what the Ever Jails even are at this point, right? Like around the Ever Jails there is like those lookout stones, those weird pieces of like black stone balls that are like gravity. They have that purple light to them, right? And they are clearly like magnetic gravity powered. It's in that dungeon in the Altus Plateau that leads to the Onyx Lord, that leads to the Divine Tower. It's full of those gravity balls. So it's not even that much of a stretch to like connect the Onyx and Alabaster Lords to that Blackstone civilization even. There is some level of connection there. Like these guys I was talking about. But holy shit, they gotta be like the most mysterious shit I've ever seen. Do you think the death birds come from flying crypt thing that fell? They are almost always by the ruins that look like they fell from the sky. Faylad, that's a good point. Okay, so in my my Glowmite Queen video, I said that the order of death that was in place before the order of the Erdtree, where the Glowmite Queen was like the God Queen, that's where the Deathbird played their role. And I connected them to Farum Azula through the fact that Farum Azula has all these depictions of the Twin Bird. The thing about the Deathbirds being extremely commonly on like sky ruins, the ruin that fell from the sky, is a thing I haven't noticed before, but it's true. Whenever there are Deathbirds, I think in a lot of locations where there are only ruins in Limgrave and Limgrave and Liurnia, by the way. So there is not in other regions. But in Limgrave and Liurnia, they do spawn on top of the sky ruins. As I think someone had said it in the comments too. And I didn't know that when I made the video. Like I hadn't noticed that connection there, but it's also something else that adds to that. Like, there is that, what you just said about the Sky Ruins and the Deathbirds. There is an item description of the Halik Drake that I found yesterday in the Chinese 1.0 version of the game. Those are two more things that kind of reinforce my previous, like, how much I believe in my previous theory about the Glowmite Queen and Farum Azula and the Deathbirds. That I didn't know back then when I made the video basically like 8 months ago. Deathrite used to be totally different before the sin that was hid away, or should I say before Elden Ring ruled, possibly. No, I think there were parts, there was an Elden Ring system in place. It was just before the Erdtree, that's the only difference. Farum Azula was the age before the Erdtree. They ruled in the age before the Erdtree, and they have obviously this system that was built around the Elden Lord and the Elden Ring. And the Deathrite birds were like they were active before that, like before the age of the Erdtree, like that period. I was always wondering about the circles of meteorites at divine towers. The golem might function when struck with crystal darts, just like the imp and watchdog constructed. Astrologers built them, the first golems. I think we're gonna find it in the 1.0 version, like we're playing right now. If we find a glintstone, like knife, kris, whatever, like the throwable glintstone, it says that they were like, I think maybe used for like forging or something like that. But they say it was like they were used in one of the first forms of glintstone sorcery. So the idea would be that the like golem crafting is one of the earliest forms of glintstone sorcery. Maybe even before it was like about space magic, you know? Who knows? Possibly just because they have come from the stars, they are seen as gods. Even Marika was born Roman, I believe he became a god. But how? Something or someone from the stars. There is definitely this link between like what comes from the stars, meteorites, and divinity. Even the 1.0 description of the like the gravity stuff says that the eternal cities thought that meteors were as important as the stars. If you think about it this way, if the gods are in the heavens, right, there is like godlike entities that are in the stars, in the heavens, they are in outer space. What meteorites are, like falling star, if you can't literally travel in space, meteorites are literally kind of like divine packages. You know, they are like a literal piece of this outer space of the stars that has reached you. It could be seen as like a sort of like piece of the divine, as a divine message, as a something that contains a divine blessing, you know. So it's like the meteors are what connects you to these gods in the skies, basically. So naturally they would be seen as divine, and that's literally what the golden star is. It's this golden falling star that's brought into the lands between the Elden Ring and the Elden Beast, that was sent away by this outer god, or god if you don't want to call him an outer god, the Greater Will. So it is literally the meteors are literally the mean by which this world makes contact and receives things from the gods outside of the world. So the divine towers, who are probably made to worship the divine, being like lined with meteorites, makes a lot of sense. Man, all of this just gets me excited for the DLC. I really hope there is any sort of elaboration of answers, because there is so many like aspects of the world building of Elden Ring that's just, there is just not even a breath of hint as to what you can make of it, like the Ever Jail and these Lookout Stones, for example, or the Blackstone Civilization, or the Divine Towers. You have so little to go on, like to go off of. There is, you can't really make anything out of it. And it's some significant parts of like the world building of the setting that we are just not given, you know? I get it's probably that they are building Elden Ring to be this franchise. It's gonna have multiple games and we're gonna have DLCs, so we're gonna get more stuff later. But I can't help after Dark Souls that you know, being a bit worried that they start like retconning things left and right and just like making up shit along the way and forgetting to address plot points they established like in Dark Souls 1, you know? Because Dark Souls was not meant... I have hope that it's not the case, but I also can't help but be a bit worried about that. Dark Souls wasn't meant to be this insane huge franchise trilogy, right? So they didn't think it through from the very beginning to be like that. With Elden Ring, it seems like they really did the world building properly and they are not giving us everything with this game. You know? We'll get more with the DLC, we'll get more with like potential sequels. It seems like that's what they done, but I can't help but be a bit worried about this though. Can I kill this guy without dying? Damn. That's nasty. That was so fast. Damn. Tease the black knife. Tease the black knife song, yeah. Maybe the Bloodhound Knight is actually a black knife. Who knows? Oh yeah, that statue that we saw in the intro. It's this. It's a stake of... Is it stake of Berica? Is it me or is it much bigger than normal? Wait, I'm not crazy, right? This stake of America is almost the size of the character. They're not that big, normally. But yeah, this is the statue in the intro. The only difference is that it has a pedestal and it has like a weird like shawl behind her. They were always that size forehead, really? You sure the Golem Imp watchdog were made by astrologers who learned from the Crystalians? I mean, maybe it seems to be like it's a way, some form of glintstone sorcery, but just saying the astrologer doesn't say much. Like almost every civilization we know in the game practice astrology, you know? Meanwhile, the astrologer, as you generally refer to them, as in the one in the mountain tops, are basically just magic hobos living in the mountain tops. They weren't anywhere close to fulfilling, like, I don't know, the characteristics for being the people behind the Blackstone civilizations. You know, they're just like space hippies in this mountain tops looking at the stars, basically. Plus, I don't know if they were taught by the Crystallian. More like the Crystallians were a result of that form of glintstone sorcery, which was the crafting of golems, because it says that they were once crafted by a golem crafter a long time ago as a form of glintstone, and now they can't reproduce and they are looking for the one who made them. Renala is considered an astrologer though, no? Yes. Renala is an astrologer, but Renala is relatively recent, and she was one of the hobo astrologers in the mountaintops, and one day she encountered the moon, came to like Liurnia, and became queen there. It's not like she was a queen already, or there was a big civilization going on in the mountaintops that she was part of or anything. So yeah, you can tell like the extent of what the astrologer of the mountaintops were. Like it's like there is a small ruin basically to their name in the mountaintop, the Stargazer ruins, and that's about it. Ooh, damn. Hobo to queen, I get it. Yeah, basically. Horror chat, the old grabbing. Hello, because I want to ask you, what is the lore behind the Wrath Callers and the Royal Revenants? Are they finger readers that betrayed the Greater Will and became loyal to Rani? I think the only lore to them is that they are some sort of like noble people who died angry, and that's about it. I don't know what you think they are finger readers. Maybe you think that finger readers have 4 arms. That's a misconception. Finger readers don't have 4 arms. They only have 2 arms and 2 feet. And what you see is they're like weird ass feet also grabbing at the staff. That's why you think they have 4 arms. The Revenants though do have like 2 feet and 4 arms. Like it's their own thing. But the only lore we have on them, the big one has like shit ton of 20 million arms. The small ones have only 4 arms. But the only know is that they are like kind of vengeful people, noble, who died or something like that. They died angry, so they are very angry. That's the lore. Oh man, this guy is... I feel like this guy is nasty in 1.0. I feel like his animations are like, they combo way faster, which he catches you when you try to land a hit. He bleeds way faster too. I want to try to kill some of these guys just passing by. I'm curious as to what they drop and if they drop anything, because I think sometimes they have some weird drops. Alright, enough playing around. Yeah, that attack is nasty. I guess I should just not try to take that opening at all. Big slam is safe. Yeah, just don't take that opening, just wait for that. Slow. There is very little opening. It's kinda... Ah! Oh, disgusting. Was fast. Let me heal. Thank you. Let's go. I'm ready now. So fast. Alright, just die next try. What is the lord behind the shadow enemies as become weak in light? The hero great catacombs. I have no idea what I can tell you. The music is the Black Knife Assassins. Black Knife Assassin music. What I can tell you is that the Two Fingers magic have a shadow aspect to it. That's all I got for you. The Two Fingers magic isn't just gold based, and they are like the true vassals of like order. Like the Golden Order is very like gold focused and everything else is heretical. But the Two Fingers don't care too much about like what flavor of order you do or how fanatic you are about it. They only care about order itself. And order itself isn't necessarily based on like gold and light per se. The aspects of the Two Fingers magic are like the Two Fingers seem to communicate with light, and they literally write language with light. And light has different like colors. It has a spectrum of different colors, and even if you look at the Two Fingers like spells, their magic, they have some green, they have some red, they have some yellow, they have some blue, and they even have some shadow stuff, like straight up shadow magic stuff. So that's the only thing I can think of in connection to the gold, like how the light dissipates the shadows. It's probably some sort of like Two Finger magic is my best guess. the shadow stuff, but that's about it. Oh. Bad roll. Do you think the Helfen has its own outer god like the Greater Will? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe the outer god of death is a counter. If, like, let's say Greater Will is the outer god of order, I don't think there is an outer god of life. More like order is necessary for life to begin with. You could consider just order and life to be synonymous almost. So maybe in the Helfen, like the Greater Will as the, I guess, outer god of life or order, has a counterpart being the outer god of death that's mentioned for like the Twin Bird and Death Bird, you know, who might have more influence in the spirit world. I do think that if we go to the spirit world, I think it would be a nice touch. We'll see if that's a thing or no. But I think that the grace that we'll get there might be red. That would be really cool. It would also distinguish it from like the grace of gold, which is heavily associated with like the golden order and the Greater Will and all of that. On my third playthrough, it has started to feel like Marika is behind everything because she wants to die and needs us to accomplish that. Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely does want to die. Like, her plan isn't... That's why I have a problem with like all the Marika just wanted to be eternal takes. Because her plan is like based completely on her having to die. And her plan is something she has started doing from the very, very early days of her reign. Like, it's not even funny. If she wanted to be eternal, she wouldn't devise a plan like 2 weeks into her like new job as CEO to die, you know? Alright. Enough joking around. He dies now! The name Greater Will is very important. I find it very interesting, yeah. Ah, you mean as greater than who? The way I interpret it is the Greater Will might be like the... I guess the combined will of things rather than greater than something. Greater as in the combined will of multiple people. One of interpretations I like that's based on absolutely nothing is that the Greater Will is the Greater Will of souls to come into existence, to be born, basically. It's like this amalgamation of the soul and desire of, like, I don't know, let's say like living beings. up. I forgot I can choose my R2 when I'm screaming. Last heal. Let's make the Greater Will something of a life god. Do you think the term Outer God is a contribution from George R. Martin? Maybe. Maybe. Hard to say. It sounds like it would be something he would. I think I'm taking Outer God. Some people don't like the term to assume that Outer Gods are like from outer space. I just take it at face value. It's clearly a reference to like Lovecraftian outer gods, meaning they are from space. I just go with it, especially considering we know there is explicitly some extraterrestrial beings that came from space. The fact that the Greater Will is somewhere far away and he sends a meteor towards the lands between, you know? As in he's not in the lands between and he sends a meteor towards it. Alright, don't read here. Are you serious right now? I'm stuck just dodging and punishing the same attack. It's a loop. Don't choke now. Let's take it easy. Choked. God damn it. I didn't think he would do a 180 and get me there. HUD change. Yeah, the HUD is different in 1.0. It's worse. Whoa! Let me heal, bro. Focused. Got it. Yay. Bloodhound. Fine. Finally. Why are there storm wolves in Mount Gelmir? Serpent Hunter is also a storm weapon. Will that support the theory that there was an outer god of time worshipped in both Mount Gelmir and Farum Azula? Maybe. Mayhaps. I don't think the serpent himself is associated with the storm. But there is storm wolves even in other places, not just Mount Gelmir. There is some of them here in Limgrave. The storm wolf stuff is just like, I don't know what to make of that. It's so, it's interesting, but it's like it's too mysterious right now. Apparently just wolves can pop out from storms. Okay, it's like, let's say it's their connection to the storm from Farum Azula then. But it's not, I feel like there should be more to it, right? I feel like we don't have enough storm lore. I wonder if we go to the spirit world in the DLC, it could be our opportunity, because let's say like people don't go to the spirit world after the age of the Erdtree, and what we had in game is mostly what happened during the age of the Erdtree. If we go to the spirit world, there would be mostly stuff from before the Erdtree, before the Rune of Death was sealed. So it could be our opportunity to learn a lot more about these things from pre-Erdtree, right, in general. Anything that has to do with like some ancient civilization, the Numen, the Eternal Cities, Farum Azula, all that jazz, Blackstone civilization, blah blah blah. All of that. But with that being said, I think it's time to anyways. It's time to, you know, say goodbye. Tomorrow 100% for real guaranteed. Tomorrow 100% for real Elden Ring DLC trailer. If it's not there, I'm gonna cry. Thank you everyone for hanging out and watching. Sorry for the technical issues at the start of the stream. There is gonna be a lot to go through in this 1.0 playthrough, so it might take another 3 years, but we'll see. Anyways, if you want to know when I'm gonna be streaming again, you can just follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna be posting about it there, or just, you know, have notifications on Twitch or YouTube. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not, we'll see. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you for all the discussions. It was interesting. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. And on that being said, bye bye.